So the topic of discussion for today is going to be a simplified approach to at-home fitness. Hopefully, I can present this in a way that's simple enough for you to kind of select your own exercises and create your own programs. But if not, get a pen and a paper. I'm going to give you my email address at the end of the video, and then we can kind of work together one-on-one and do all these things and create a program for you. So I know working on your own fitness routine can be confusing enough, even when you have access to a gym. But then when you get at home, you have limited equipment. You can't just ask the person next to you for help. And then if you look on YouTube, you see a million different people doing a million different things. And they all seem to be trying to be more creative than the last person. So sometimes that can create more questions than answers. You know, you think, do I have to do yoga, CrossFit, and train for a marathon all at the same time? Should I be working my core every single day? How many chest exercises do I need? So rather than looking into specific workouts or getting into details like exercise techniques, I wanted to take more of a wide angle view of fitness and mainly talk about what all of these different programs and exercises are trying to accomplish, and then how you could do them as well. So the first thing we need to do is identify 5 essential components of fitness. 1, cardiovascular endurance. 2, muscular strength. 3, muscular endurance. 4, flexibility. And 5, body composition. Now don't panic. You don't have to do a 60-minute workout to address each one of these components every single day. There is some overlap. Working on one can help improve the other, and doing 2 or 3 of them are going to improve all the things. So basically, to get started, you have to have some guidance, and that's going to be, you have to assess your current fitness level. So maybe, do you have any injuries that prevent you from doing certain types of things? Have you been exercising consistently for 3 years, 5 days a week? Have you had shoulder surgery? You can't do certain things. Answering these questions is going to help guide you into selecting activities to accomplish each one of these components. And the next thing to consider is, what do you have available to you? It's a lot easier when the gyms are open. You can kind of have your pick of cardio equipment, you know, an array of strength training machines, free weights, other small equipment. But at home, you have to think, you know, do you have any resistance bands? Do you have that old JCPenney or Sears at-home dumbbell set? Do you have a Bowflex? Do you have running shoes, a bicycle? Do you live near a park? Or not a park, most parks are closed, but do you live near a hiking trail or a bike path, somewhere where you can get out and be active? Okay, and once you've answered those 2 questions, now you can kind of start the selection process. So I'm going to go over what the 5 components of fitness are, simple definition, and then some examples of exercises that address those components. So number 1, cardiovascular endurance. And a simple explanation of what that is how efficiently does your body take oxygen and deliver it to your working muscles. Okay. Examples are jogging, walking, biking, hiking. If you're doing strength training or different like typical strength exercises, if you're doing those in a circuit fashion, they can also have cardiovascular benefits. If you're, the next component is muscular strength. In a nutshell, muscular strength is what is the maximal force that your muscles can produce. And to train that component, you want to think about, the obvious one is weightlifting, but the weights need to be heavy enough that you can only perform about between 1 and 10 repetitions before your form starts to break down. If you can perform more than that, you're not really working on strength. Other examples would be body weight exercises, provided that they're difficult enough that you can't really perform more than 10. If you can do 15 push-ups or 20 push-ups, you might need to start using a little bit of added resistance or something to make those more of a strength exercise. And then also sticking with the theme of at home, if you're going to push, pull, lift, carry any type of heavy object, that's also would be improving muscular strength. The third component is muscular endurance. So muscular endurance is how fatigue resistant are your muscles. So this means if you're holding a plank, how quickly do your muscles become so fatigued that you have to drop to the floor? Or if you're climbing stairs, can you only go up one flight before your muscles are too fatigued and they can't carry you any further without a break? And some examples of that are cycling, stairs, rock climbing, hiking, higher repetition strength training. And this kind of gets a little bit of confusion with cardiovascular endurance and muscular endurance. Cardiovascular endurance is more like a total body, I would say, or like a systemic resistance to fatigue. Whereas doing, an upper body, a chest exercise, a back exercise, a core exercise, doing those all in a circuit fashion, your heart is working equally hard on all of those, but certain muscles are working while others are taking a break. When you're working on muscular endurance, that's, for example, doing as many body weight squats as you can. It's going to be a shorter period of time, but it's really going to tax that one muscle group. Okay. And then some body weight stuff like that, you can do planks, wall sits. The fourth component is flexibility, and that is what range of motion do you have around a particular joint? So can you flex and extend your elbow without any tightness or discomfort? Same thing, knees, hips, spine, shoulders, and examples to improve that component are static stretching or dynamic. The difference between those two is static stretching is what you probably remember from like gym class. So if you're just trying to get as close to touching your toes as you can and holding that position for 15, 30, 45 seconds, that would be a static stretch. Dynamic stretching is more movement-based stretching, or where your muscles are doing some work. So for example, if you're doing like walking lunges to warm up your lower body, each time you do a lunge, you try to sink a little bit further into it. And they you're stretching the muscles while the muscles are active, supporting your weight. And the last component, number 5, is body composition. And simply put, that's your ratio of body fat to fat-free mass. And the good news here is working on the other 4 components is what's going to help you achieve the desired body composition, along with sound nutrition, of course. But there isn't really a separate workout that you have to do for that. So putting it all together, what would a beginner daily fitness routine look like? Something that you can do 5 to 7 days per week. So just as an example, 5 to 10 minutes of brisk walking, maybe a little bit more. After that, come home, do 5 minutes of static stretching. Then you're going to select 3 to 5 challenging body weight exercises, something that's only going to allow you to do about 5 or 10 repetitions. So maybe something like body weight squats, select a push-up variation, maybe with your hands on the counter or on a chair, something that only lets you do 5 to 10 reps, and do 3 sets of those exercises. And then for muscular endurance, take some light dumbbells or even just heavy objects, 3 to 5 pounds, do about 3 to 5 light dumbbell exercises. And you want to choose a weight that's light enough that you can do about 15 to 20 reps. And the same thing, do 3 sets of those exercises. And then other than that, make healthy food and beverage choices. I would suggest going to choosemyplate.gov for kind of the most concise information on that. And I won't really get into intermediate or advanced at-home workouts because those can get more complicated. Might have to focus on different components or different goals on separate days and things like that. But if you are still unsure, if I didn't clear anything up, if I just confused you more, I would suggest that you go to our YouTube account, just search PNW Fitness. This video will be posted there. John's abs class, he has a 30-minute workout that's already posted. There's going to be a few more of these discussion type videos. There's going to be some more live workout. Well, we'll do the live workouts and record them and post them on there. And from the YouTube page, we have links to our Instagram and Facebook where we kind of post smaller videos and tips more frequently. And as I promised, if you have a pen and paper, my email address is nclewis@pnw.edu. Just shoot me an email and we can work on a one-on-one program for you. And that's all I have now, so I will open it up to questions. 1 second. As soon as I figure out how to stop recording.